Hello, it's me, Coen. I decided to make this particular video a vlog kind of thing for two reasons. One, I thought of it and I figured why not? It's nice weather outside, so I might as well. Two, it's gonna be really fun to cringe at when I'm older. But anyhow, this video is just a little experiment that I wanted to do, and I figured it'd be fun to like track my progress in a vlog kind of style. Because what I'm doing is probably the dumbest thing I'm ever gonna do art-wise. I am gonna try and paint with a PS4 controller. I don't even know if this is possible. I don't even know if it's a good idea. It's probably not gonna help me artistically, but I'm still gonna do it anyway. Why, you may ask? Because I want to. Alright, first step of research. I just watched this video by, let's see, Iron Point Tech. Really nice video, well edited, nice and short. And it talks about how you can configure your thing to your PC via Bluetooth. Two problems with this. You apparently need a motherboard that's Bluetooth compatible, and my computer is 10 years old, so I don't know if that's going to work. Two, as you can see, he's using Steam for this, and he mentioned computer, or like, no, I'm sorry. He mentioned controller compatible games on Steam. And I both do not have Steam, and I'm not gonna play games with this. But I'm gonna try this out anyway, and I'll see if it works or not. Alright, so to my surprise, this actually kind of worked. It's connected now. So I guess this computer isn't that garbage after all, although it does sound like a jet engine, as you can probably hear. And this is a quiet version of it. As soon as I turn this thing on, it's gonna be hell. But yeah, this actually worked. I think what I need now is some kind of program. I think I was talking about this on Discord earlier, and I think someone mentioned that I need a program that like makes sure I can actually use it on like the desktop and the art programs that I'm gonna use. So I'm gonna see if I can find that. But yeah, this is a good step. I can already do this, and I don't even need a wire, so I could theoretically sit right there and paint on my computer over here. Dumbest thing I've ever done. Alright, I figured this was going a bit too smoothly. The problem I'm facing right now is that there aren't many articles, and by many I mean I haven't seen a single one on how to actually make it so that when I do this happens, you know? And when I look up painting a PS4 controller, the only thing, or painting with a PS4 controller I should look up, I still only get customizing videos of people painting on PS4 controllers, which isn't really what I want. Alright, after looking through what are probably some of the most, I don't know, just YouTube-y thumbnails I've ever seen. Look at this dude. I decided to give up on regular sources, and I just asked in Discord, and Morrow and Veloxine helped me out here, and apparently I need to use a program called DS4 Windows, so I'm gonna try that out. And yeah, I'll see you forward. Alright, I did all the stuff with Windows DS4, and I followed this tutorial by Chupacabra Tutorials, which is very good. Let me just get rid of all this. And I plugged in my controller, but it's saying it's not connected, and I have no clue why, so I think I'm just gonna grab a different controller maybe, because I only have two. And if that doesn't work, I don't know, man. Maybe I need to restart my computer or whatever. I'll see. Alright, I grabbed a different controller and plugged it in. The only difference it seems to make is that this one has an orange glow to it, I guess. Another weird thing I noticed is that for some reason the controller prohibits sound from the thing. Like if I plug this out, it should sound. No? Hello? No? I don't even know what's happening, man. Nothing's working. And my PC's frozen again. Yeah, okay, now I see it is actually real. So if I turn this on, you can hear the no pants dance. But if I plug this in, there's nothing. It just sucks in the audio, and it's not, I guess, it's not really the headphone port. So I have no clue what's happening. I might have to jump in a Discord call later because I don't know how to do this at all. Alright, according to the videos and all the articles, it did everything right, but it's still saying no controllers connected, so I think what I'm gonna have to do is just yeet this thing off, turn it back on again, and see if it works then. Alright, another good thing to note that I can't really show on video, but again is good to note, is that my computer is about to heat up like an actual toaster, so it doesn't really start up even properly. So I think I'm just gonna let it rest in a bit, and I have like math class in about 12 minutes anyway, so that'll be fun. Alright, so math class got cancelled, so I'm just gonna press this button. There we go, that feels nice. Time to get back to my bullshit. Alright, so it doesn't really have the key bindings I want right now, but behold, mouse is over there, PC's over, PS4's over here. Blammo! It actually works. Oh, this is the dumbest thing I'm ever gonna do. Alright, as you can see, I did a lot of cool stuff, but in order to show that, I figured I wouldn't be able to both use the controller and hold my phone at the same time. So I have very scientifically and wonderfully made this rig using a selfie stick and a lot of tape in order to put my phone at the same place where I would be able to see it, and then hopefully I'll be able to kind of show what I'm doing. Alright, I just filmed a short section with the whole selfie stick rig. Camera angle was horrible. The only thing you could see was everything but what you needed to see. So I don't know how I'm gonna figure that out, but maybe just rotating it'll work. I don't know. I'll see. Alright, I'm hoping that this is gonna work a bit better. I rotated my phone so now I can actually kind of see what's happening. Let's see, does this show? This shows. So what I've done so far is not a whole lot. It used to work earlier with X, but the key binding didn't work. But for now, I basically have a functional trackpad. That is the PS4 controller. So what I'm doing is I'm using the touchpad, and that basically moves the mouse around, and I can press on the touchpad and it presses down. So I can kind of create, I don't know, let's try and make a smiley face. This is a very scuffed smiley face. Let's do another one. There we go. So functionally I could already paint with this, but I don't want to because I feel like that's boring. This might as well be a trackpad challenge. So I'm gonna see if I can use some of the other buttons to do some cool stuff. And yeah, I'll see what I can do. Alright, I realized what I did wrong earlier. I didn't click the save button. No wonder my stuff wasn't working. I'll figure that stuff out now, and then I'll showcase all the dumb shit I did with this controller. Alright, my phone desperately needs some charging if I want to record this time lapse, but I just drew a monkey using a PS4 controller, baby. And I'm gonna hook it up to the selfie stick, and then I'm gonna show you all the dumb shit I did. Alright, there we go. Let's see, camera angle corrects. This should work. There we go. Don't need to move around at all now. Hello, you can kind of see me in the corner. So what I did is the most stuff still the same, but this time I actually saved the shortcuts. So now this basically functions as a trackpad. The gamepad basically functions as a trackpad, but now I can actually use X to press and draw. What I did furthermore is I made R1 and R2 Control and Z respectively. So if I press them one after the other, I get Control Z, which is undo. So if I did this, if I just drew a bunch of strokes and I press Control Z repeatedly, I can undo everything. I made a square alt, which is the color picker. So if I go to the color picker and then press X, I get the color that I wanted to. And then, of course, I drew over my beautiful monkey, so I Control Z it again. See, camera angle should work. Yes, perfect. What else did I do? Oh yeah, I changed the left arrow and the right arrow to the left bracket and right bracket, and what those brackets do in Clip Studio is it makes the brush bigger and smaller, so I can adjust my brush size as well. And I also programmed E to button to this button right here. I programmed E to L1, and the E in Clip Studio is in fact eraser, so I can erase what I have on the canvas. And that's pretty much all the shortcuts I would use in a regular drawing anyway. I'm a bit sad that I can't use these at all. In fact, they only cause problems every time I try to use them. But this is an actually decent setup to paint with. So I'm gonna try and do some drawing right after I charge my phone. Alright, so we're about to get into the whole speed painty section, whatever it is. But before we do that, I made a couple alterations. First of all, I put my tablet or my my laptop in the middle here because I didn't need the tablet and it was only getting in the way. You might ask, where did I move it? Over there. And yeah, this should be good. I don't think I need to mention anything else. I didn't add any shortcuts, except for maybe resizing the brush. Don't know if I mentioned that earlier. Probably did, but anyhow. I'm gonna get into speed paint, and I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. I might just draw something, I might paint a spoon. You'll see right now. Bye. Alright, so this is slightly better audio quality Coen from the future here. I'm inside of a closet, so quality should be a bit nicer, but it's going quite quickly. But as you can see, I just decided to do a fairly basic comfort zone Coen sketch with this, and it was kind of awkward, and it doesn't really look, good. It looks kind of scuffed, but honestly, it looks fine enough. Like using a PS4 controller doesn't really hold you back. It just, you have slightly less control, and it just takes a bit longer. But overall, the results don't change a whole lot. You can see me trying to look something up here, but that didn't work out. But yeah, I just drew something, and it didn't take that extremely long. I think this entire thing ended up taking like 53 minutes, roughly, which is not too bad for a doodle like this. I think if I was just using my tablet, it would obviously be a lot quicker because I'm just more used to the tablet. But yeah, it was actually quite fun. Another thing you might notice is that I keep on switching between using my thumb and using my pointy finger. Also, I decided to add hands. And I did that because my hand started to hurt from only using my thumb. So switching it up and stretching often was really good. Was a good idea. Otherwise, my hand would have probably gotten carpal tunnel, and that's not healthy for you. So yeah, here's the final result. It doesn't look bad. It just looks like a pretty standard doodle I would make with slightly more scuffed lines. But then I figured, Inception's a fun movie that I have never seen, and that gave me an idea. So I decided to do the thing where I placed my PS4 controller on the desk, and I decided to paint my PS4 controller using that very same controller. So I have the reference picture there on the left. At the beginning, I was like, oh, I'm gonna have it on my actual screen, so I saw it at the beginning there, but I figured this would be handier. So at first I just started to block out basic shapes of everything, tried to block out the background. I didn't focus on the background much because it's really not important. But the fun thing about painting is that as long as you get some basic brushwork in, it doesn't really matter how good the lines themselves are. Like upon close inspection on the final result, it's not very clean or correct or anything. But from a distance, it looks like a pretty convincing PS4 controller, at least a pretty convincing painting of it. So yeah, I figured I wasn't gonna do a super clean drawing first, so I figured I'd just focus on blocking out the shapes of the silhouette, the darks, the lights, and everything. Try to keep the colors not too contrasty, just fairly subdued, which I end up liking a lot in this. And it was actually really fun to figure out like the buttons and all the little joints and things. A thing that really helped was the fact that I'm like familiar with the object. Like, I'm not to brag, but I'm a gamer. That's a lie. I barely game ever. But I know its functions. I know what buttons are where. It's like, if you know how a car works, it's easier to draw a car. And because I was familiar with this object, I knew what stuff to add in and stuff. And I could work directly from a reference, so that was nice, of course. But yeah, I think this isn't just another testimony to how, the tools really just do not matter, and it's the artist that does. But honestly, this might be, I mentioned repeatedly that this is the dumbest video I've ever made, but there is some kind of lesson here to be learned that really, no matter what you use, if you're a good artist, you can probably make something that looks pretty good. Like, I could theoretically work for like a million years on this and it would look like the most hyperreal thing ever, but I didn't want to do that because I had other stuff to do, and I figured it'd be fine. No one would mind. But yeah, this is probably still really dumb, but I'm just glad that I did it, and it was really fun. And it didn't take any any effort, really. I did all of the recording except for this voiceover and a couple more editing and production stuff in a single day. Like that drawing you saw before, and this painting study I'm doing now. This painting study, by the way, took like an hour and a half. Here you can see the final result. But yeah, it only took a day, and it was actually kind of fun. So if you want to try this out yourself, it's not too bad, honestly. I kind of low-key recommend it, and it's kind of, I mean, honestly, you could just use a trackpad or a mouse. It gets the same effect, and you learn the same lessons of like really having to focus on the shapes instead of the cleanness of it. But yeah. Alright, so there you have it. It is indeed possible, not a good idea, but it's possible to paint and draw and doodle and do stuff, even maybe finish illustrations, with a DualShock 4 PS PlayStation 4 controller. This is the dumbest video I have ever made, and it's the one that's a vlog, so it's gonna be extra cringy for me later. Hope you enjoyed that. Me from the future who does not like watching this right now. Yeah, I hope you guys had fun watching. Hope I wasn't too annoying. I hope you guys maybe learned a little bit. I haven't recorded the voiceover yet, but I'm sure I said a few good things in there. And yeah, I wish you all a wonderful day, and I'm gonna go take care of my dog for 3.5 hours now. Bye.